Recently, the Virginia Department of Corrections reported that Virginia has the lowest recidivism rate in the country. But some people who have been a part of that statistic do not know if this is the case. We got the answers to that and what life is really like for inmates after they are released. The latest recidivism report from the Virginia Department of Corrections shows a 17.6 three-year reincarceration rate for state-responsible inmates that was released in fiscal year 2020, and that's the lowest in the United States. The VDOC says, quote, "This achievement is a collective win, not just for the dedicated public servants who are devoted to this agency's mission, but for all Virginians." And while the Virginia Department of Corrections is saying this, Charlottesville native Jesse Crossan believes that there is a little more to the story.
Virginia announced that it had the lowest recidivism rate in the country, and the issue is that they're not using the same statistics as the rest of the country. Most states use the FBI statistics, which say that Virginia is kind of solidly in the middle of the pack. But Virginia uses its own statistics that, for example, don't include people who are reincarcerated in jail rather than prison, or don't include people who have violations. So the statistics are kind of cooked. At the same time, DOC is doing a lot.
Crossan was released from prison back in 2021 with just an hour and a half's notice.
And I was overwhelmed. I had a panic attack when I went into Costco. I had a panic attack every time I had to make a decision in a big, crowded space with a lot of choices. I was just unprepared for kind of the complexity or the intensity of life.
Since his release, Crossan has taken to social media to talk about his experience in prison and his life once he got out. One of the most popular topics that viewers resonate with is how he adapted back into society.
So I think a lot of people think, okay, well, you've done your time, now you get your second chance. They don't realize the number of barriers that are in place. There are barriers around employment, there are barriers around housing, they're just all the logistical issues. Even 2 years after I got out, I had trouble finding a place to rent because of my record.
Crossan has made it his mission to help break those barriers. His nonprofit, the Second Chancer Foundation, wants to help recently released inmates return to normal as much as they can.
Generally with Second Chancer Foundation, we work with people while they're still inside, because what we found is when people get out, they're overwhelmed. They have all those obligations and they don't necessarily have time to go to a class or get that education. So we try to focus on equipping them with the skills and the opportunities they need while they're inside, while they have time to work on them.
And while Crossan and his team give inmates the tools, it is up to our society to give that chance to a recently released inmate.
Giving somebody the opportunity to work. I mean, not give them charity, but giving the opportunity to get a job. Give them the opportunity to rent a place. Give them the opportunity to be a part of society, be a part of a group or a part of a church or a part of a community, because people who are tied to communities have a much lower recidivism rate.
And we did reach out to the Virginia Department of Corrections for comment, but have not heard back.